Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel again. And today I have a little project going on in the kitchen. Now those of you who have watched my latest food blessing basket from the food pantry, you notice that I got 6 rows of cinnamon, Pillsbury cinnamon rolls that were really close to the expiration date. And I knew that I wouldn't be eating 6 tubes of cinnamon roll within 2 or 3 days. That's just too much for one person, especially for me being a diabetic. I mean, I do still eat my sweets, but I'm very, very careful with it because I am trying to control my sugar intake. So I was thinking on the idea of putting them in the freezer to use in the future. So I Googled if I could do it, and yes, I can. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be putting those cinnamon rolls up for my future use in the freezer. Isn't technology wonderful? I have a friend that used to say that all the time when computers and stuff were just coming out, just catching on. And each time she'd get on it and do something, she'd be like, wow, that's amazing. Isn't technology wonderful? And now people just kind of take it for granted that a computer can do everything. So let me get all set up here, and then I will show you what I Googled and found out that I can do with these cinnamon rolls. All right, I think you can see everything. So I have my cinnamon rolls here, all here. 3 of them here, 3 of them here. Gloves that I'm going to be using. And these are the Ziploc bags that I'm going to put them in. I need to write what's on there. And when I Googled it, it said that you need to put a little piece of paper in between each one of the slices so they don't stick together. So I went ahead and pre-cut some little parchment paper circles. And the way I did that, I just measured around the diameter of this and give it a little bit extra so that it sticks out and cut out enough to go in between them. And then I'm also going to, I've got some press and seal that I'm going to wrap around them before we actually put them in the bag. So let me go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and put the date on here because I didn't get that done. And then I'll get back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, I went ahead and wrote on the bags. Now I hope that 2 bags will be enough to hold it. I wrote on here what's in it, the date that I'm putting them in, and the date that they probably need to be used by. Now, I'm not sure if I'll even be able to do that, but that's just kind of a guideline to give me somewhere to go from here. So I'm putting on gloves because of the cinnamon gooey stuff in the middle is messy. Trying to protect my hands and fingers. And we'll see how this works out. And I'm one of them people that does not like the pop of these things when they open. So since they're close to expiration, I hope they don't just go ahead and pop. Oh, and it did. Oh, God. Told you I'm scared of it. They'll probably all do that, too. You know, that happens because they're close to their expiration date. I need to get some paper to put right here. Maybe a paper towel work. Okay. I'm just going to kind of let them fall out on the ground. On the paper napkin, not the ground. Vicki, what's up with you? Then I have to figure out something to do with the frosting, too. Because the frosting really needs to be frozen right along with the cinnamon rolls because if it's left out in the freezer, it's gonna go bad. Okay, we'll put one down, paper between it. One down, paper between it. One down, paper between it. One down. Now, it did say on the website that this was a possible thing to do, but that they may not present as well when you go to cook them after they've been frozen. That it could have some kind of effect on the yeast rising. So that'll just be something we'll have to discover when we come to the time that we're going to be thawing them out and trying to cook them. One more in this batch will be finished. Okay, now I'm going to put one on this end and try to put one on this end. They're already falling over. Hold this up against it. Any port in a storm, right? Now I'm going to try to slide it in there like that. If that don't work, the next ones that I do when I put the papers in between them, I'm going to stick them in there right when I'm doing it. So let me see if I can get them to all go in there with one. I feel like I need an extra person or another set of hands. Come on, just roll them right in there. Roll on down there. You can do it. Roll on down there. All right, I've got the first ones in. Let me pick them up and kind of show you. And they're in there presented pretty much the same way as they were in the row. And I think on this next one, I'm going to try putting the paper on it and shoving it in there as I go. So let's do that and see if that makes it a little bit easier. Get this out of your way. Oh, I guess I need that, don't I? I think I'm going to wrap these in saran wrap or let me see. I think I might have something else that'll work. Ideas come to me as I go along. Maybe I can fit that in this little snack bag that I got at the Dollar Tree. Oh, please be big enough. Please be big enough. Please be big enough. Not quite. If these had been the other sandwich size, it would have fit. But I do think I've got some sandwich ones in here. Let me look and see. We're going to improvise a little bit here. I've got these chimichanga bags that I bought. I bought a box of burritos by the case from our delivery truck when I worked at the donut place. They allowed us to order stuff for our own personal use when they order stuff for the store. So we're going to see if it'll fit in here. And if it does, I've got some of them in here and I can just use it like that. Get on in there. And it does. I'm going to have to get a little stick to push it up in there with. Super. Now we'll just fold this up. Gotta get as much air out of it. And we'll put this little baby in there with that. And that'll be our first row of cinnamon rolls that are finished and ready for the freezer. Should be a perfect fit. Oh yes, that's going to work out great. There we go, see? Yes. Now on the next one, so now I need to just go ahead and get these bags out because I know I'm going to need them. Sometimes, y'all, it pays to be a hoarder and save stuff. These come with the burritos because it was the kind they sell in restaurants. And like I said, I bought a case, but I bought them for my own use, so I didn't need these bags. But I didn't throw them away because I projected into the future, realizing there would come a time when I would say, hey, I wish I had some mini monster chicken and cheese burrito bag things to use. And there I have them. So there that. All right, get ready for the pop again. Oh, I hate this part. I wished I had somebody here that could do this for me. I hate this pop. Please don't pop, please don't pop, please don't pop. Pop. And like I said, that is simply because they're past the expiration date, or pretty close to it. That's why they're popping that easy. You just get in there. I'm gonna actually shape these a little bit better than I did the first ones. They were kind of lopsided. As I pick them off, well, that must go with it. Let's shape it a little bit. These I'm going to put the paper with them and stick them in. But I think what I might do, since I'm going to be doing this in there, I'll just go ahead and get this ready and stick it in there so I have something to kind of push it up against. Just like that. I'm going to fold it like this time. That'll help get some of the air out of there. All right. And I'm going to stick this one down on the other end. Because my plans is to get 3 of them in here. If there doesn't seem to be enough room, then I'm going to have to get another bag out. So here's how I'm going to do that. One on each side. Stick it in. And this one I'll just need one on one side. Stick it in. And we will just continue like that. This is a lot easier than trying to stick that roll in there. You know that old saying, necessity is the mother of invention. Practice makes perfect. That's me. The more you do something, the better you get. Of course, this isn't nothing that I was planning on doing in my life. But since they gave them to me, I don't want to waste food. I think it's a pretty good idea for future references. So like if they give me another basket, so one time I went 3 months and they gave me the same products for a while. One time, I'll show you what it was. So I've still got it. It was these canned beefs. They had given me pork and beef. For 3 months in a row, each time I went, I got like a can of beef and a can of pork. But I guess they ran out of them because they were donated. All the food they get there is donated from grocery stores. Maybe individual people give them money to buy stuff. I don't know. So anyway, I will go ahead and finish doing the rest of these. And then when I get them done, I'll come back and show you if I was able to get these 6 cinnamon rolls into 2 bags. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. I'm almost getting there. I'm still working on it. Hang in there with me. I'll be with you in a minute. Wait for me. Okay, I am back and the deed is done. Y'all, I had technical difficulties like you wouldn't believe, but they should not have been. I should have known ahead about it. First off, I didn't cut enough of them little brown papers because I forgot to anticipate that I was putting an extra one on each end. So I had to stop, get the paper out, and cut some papers so that I had enough to cover the ends. And then I got halfway through the other bag, and I remembered I forgot to put the press and seal around it. Y'all, why didn't you remind me? So I went ahead and finished out the second row with the press and seal. Then I had to go back and get this one out and take everything out and wrap it in the press and seal and put it back in there. Now I vacuum sealed these using my little straw method where I put the straw in there and suck the air out, and it looks to me like it did a pretty good job. And another thing I like about doing them this way, if I decide I want to get like just 2 cinnamon rolls for a little snack, I can open that up, take out a roll, undo it, get out 2 cinnamon rolls, put it back in there. I won't have to cook the whole entire roll because they'll be frozen. So here they are. They're wrapped in press and seal with little pieces of paper in between them, just like it said on Google. Got them all done. And that's the way I'm saving my food from the food pantry. Thank you guys for coming and visiting with me today on this crazy video. Whose idea was this anyway? And y'all come back and see us any old time. Bye for this one. Just wanted to give you a little update on those cinnamon rolls that I froze. I baked these 2 today. Here's how they came out. Now, granted, they aren't as tall as I think they would have been if they had been fresh and not frozen. You know, it's a little bit flat. But I'm not mad about it because they're still edible. It's still food. I mean, I've got 6 cans of them to use up, and that's the only way that I could think of to utilize using them in a matter of days was to freeze them. So that's how they turned out. I baked these in the oven, and I am going to try baking some in the air fryer, just to kind of experiment with it. So there you go. That's what they look like when you freeze them. Of course, now granted, remember, these were close to their expiration date. That could have something to do with them not being as tall because they were getting ready to expire. But nonetheless, they are cinnamon rolls. Thanks, y'all. Bye for now.